Hello and welcome back to Felsbrunn. So the big day has finally come to reveal our expansion on here. So although it's not long since the last video was posted, it's been a little while since we recorded on here, in which time there's been a few changes. Starting with our machinery fleet. So you've just seen the existing combine, the old one, but we've got the new 780 over here. So we've now got a second 780, which is the Centenary Edition one. We've gained an extra tractor here, or the first of two extra tractors. So we've got a John Deere 7310R on one of our new cramp trailers. So we've got two of these to go with the new silage side of the company. 6210R is the original one. Also on the trailer, got a nice little 8340 here on flotation tyres for carrying out spraying and weeding. So ease the workload on the Maxim a little bit. So this is another extra tractor to what we had. The 7310 and the Ford are the two extras. The Massey Ferguson 7726 is the Vultura's replacement. So as I said in the last video, I was getting a bit fed up with a few of the glitches with it. So this is the tractor that has replaced the Vulture finally. So we haven't got a Massey anywhere else, so we thought we'd try one on here. Still got the Maxim, but we've also gained the Krone Big X. That's to do with the silage part of our business. So it's going to come with got the grass header with it and the big Easy Collect maize header. That's to help out with Seaview Farm's coming silage harvest for their new dairy project, which they have on here. We've got our new maize header in here, or corn header. Swap the 6 metre Varda stat for a 9 metre horse drill to get over the ground a bit quicker. You see, you haven't used this one yet. The plough is in dire need of maintenance and a wash. Got our baler here, which is what we're going to be using very shortly. So that's to do with straw for Seaview and also for sale to get some extra money in. So we also have the Artisan auto stack for clearing the bales up. And at the same time as we got all that, we thought we'd better install a diesel tank in the yard here. You can see opposite the farm there, Seaview have made a start and they've got their new fields going over here. So they're putting into grass. I believe they have asked us to plough them together as well, so the whole lot can be done as cultivated grassland. It looks like he might have done it himself actually, looking at that. But, it's another job we may have to do at some point. As I say, the plough is going to need maintenance first. The older Lexington has just been serviced and washed, ready to go. So we've got a whole load of harvesting to do on here. So looking at the fields we now own and what Seaview and Top Farm have got on here, we now own starting up the top, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22. Seaview are going to be selling us field 14 as soon as we've done the maize harvest on there for them. They don't want that field. Whereas they've expanded down this way. And they've got 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 23, along with their existing 15, 16, 8 and 33. Field 25 is the one they want to buy once we've paid them for field 14. Top Farm have also expanded, so they've gained one field up here, field 4 and field 24. Field 32 is the next one they're going to have, but at the minute it's got cotton on it. As none of us set up for doing it, there's no point in buying that one. So maybe that the contract is carried out on there and then that one will actually be bought by them. All these fields at the minute are grass, which they're using. You'll notice on the side of one of our fields up here, we've got two animal enclosures. There's another one up here down there. So I will just give you a quick tour of them when we get the baler hooked up. So I think as the Massey's the only tractor without anything on it at the moment, we'll use that for today. I'll get the bale hooked up. I'll give you a quick drive by what we've got on here now. So we'll take you quickly across to Seaview and let you see what we've been up to over there. So I have given them a hand to set that one up. Thankfully they've now installed a grain silo at the main farm as well, down the other end. So Seaview farm itself has a grain silo for storage now, which will make things a bit easier when we're combining. They've also expanded their machinery fleet into a bigger trailer now. We have bigger combines. So I'll just take you around past their yard. I know it's a bit of a detour from the field we're going on to. But, big change down this end. They're set up more for grass work and we're set up for arable. So they will do their own drilling, but we will do the combining for them. I think that's how it's probably going to work with Top Farm as well. You can see down here that just stop on the side of the road here. Got silage clamp down here for them. Cow yard up here, so I need a little bit of TLC at the moment. And their hay loft over here, plus a few bits of machinery about here. They've also got some more combining for us over here to do. They've got their IT runner trailer for the grain body and other bodies. Should be useful for us. So it'll keep us quite busy with what they're doing. I believe both fields of what roots over here are coming into grass once they're done. Could be wrong. So we'll just go around this way now, way back to our yard. See that field and show you our little livestock enterprise. And the other new purchase up there, new purchases up there to go with them. So at Seaview we've been doing a massive hay harvest on here around a lot of the fields. Looks like they've got their silage trailer there ready for us, because that's one of the next fields we've got to do a contract job on before we carry on too much more combining. They need some silage. Got to keep the cows fed. You see, all the fields are currently ready for harvest. Don't think there's one field between the three farms that is not ready for combine at the moment. So we've got rather a lot to do. We may have to install extra grain silos to cope with it. Certainly Top Farm and Seaview Farm have got enough silo spaces, but my own farm which may not. So it gives you a little idea when the last time we recorded on here was. We've got quite a sizable amount of chickens in here. I'll have to have a look in a second, I can't remember quite how many we have got. We've also got a large number of sheep, which also need cleaning up at the moment. So we also need to move the wool again. So it shows how much Seaview have been doing on here since I last was up here. Got our little Manitou forklift here for moving the pallets about with the existing telehandler. We've got our silage wagon. Got the Arctic tanker here which we're using for water. Seaview have got the offer to borrow it for milk if they need to. We've got a front mounted mower here for getting the grass. We will probably buy a couple of extra bits for doing some hay for storage for the sheep as well. So actually, number quantity wise, I'll just show you on this page first though what's going on. You can see there's one field with Top Farm that doesn't need combining yet. Everything else there which is owned by us, needs harvesting. So those 2 lections I've got to get through all that lot. But animal-wise, we have 133 chickens and 107 sheep. So they should keep us going for a little while. So let's get on and get this field baled. Then we'll be ready to move on to the next job. So we have some extra help coming in shortly to help the harvest. And we're really going to need it this time. So look, the second combine driver and the second trailer driver just to help out the minimum. We'll get this thing unfolded as we're on the way down here. I'll head through here. And let's get going. It'll take us a little while to get this baled. Hope this tractor's big enough to cope, otherwise we'll have to go and get the 7310. Didn't want to struggle too much, but it looks like it might be a little bit. Really won't have to get a bigger tractor than what we've got. So most of this field will probably be sold for extra money, unless Seaview need it. To see what Top Farm are going to do with their fields when we combine them. So as it stands at the moment, there's no livestock up there, so they're going to want the bales to sell as well. Don't really want to have too many bales in storage on this game save if we can help it, being on the MP server. Store a few on here if necessary. Try not to miss anything on there. This field yielded really well. We got 3 Yoskin trailerfuls of wheat off here. Which is a good start to the harvest. Got another field. I think we've got at least 1 more field of wheat to go up, if not 2. Another 3 fields of canola to do as well. We've already done the one just across the road here. As you can see by the way the weeds have grown back on over there. It's a surprise. I expect to see a bale sitting in the middle of the gateway when we turned round. There could be several bales come off this field somehow. It's always doing the headlands which takes the time, unfortunately. Push the bales out fairly quickly, which doesn't surprise me given it's a 12 metre head up. It's like Seaview left their old trailer over there for us to fill with their sunflowers, so now they're desperate for us to get them off for them, so they can get that field cultivated and the grass drilled on there. So I can think at the minute he's got about 60 cows. I can see them expanding again as soon as more money comes in. This area is definitely not farms for standing still and just getting big and getting as much money and machinery as we can. Now we're running out of fields to buy. A couple of weeds standing there as ornaments. I'll put some up. See how many barrels we get off there when we're finished. Just do a loop around out the trees down the bottom there. That's going to drop a barrel somewhere ridiculous. It's going to be a good one to pick up with the auto stacker. So I did think about going for round barrels, but I thought the quadrant size are a bit easier to handle. We can clear them up quicker with that bale wagon than we can with the little Ursus one. So I don't really want to have a bale fork and telehandler doing them. As fun as it would be for you to watch, it's too time consuming. Just looking how regularly they're coming out along the headland there. There's going to be several on there. First headland round's always the worst. Once that's out of the way, we have got to shunt around in the corners so much. We just do loop turns now. It's going backwards, which always wastes the time. Keep turning forwards, it's quicker. Take long getting the middle of the field wrapped up once we get into there. See him chase up and down the field. There's always one bale got to drop across the end of a swath. That's the only one what does it on here. I'll be very surprised. I might just have to get a little nudge out of the way. Sure what crop we'll put into this field next. We haven't yet got done any corn or sunflowers on the farm. That's a distinct option. At some point we may expand into root crops as well. Yet see potatoes on the farm or sugar beet. Not sure which one we go into. Sugar beet would make logical sense to begin with, as we've already got a drill that can do it. An Lemken drill, which we've still yet to use. There's every chance it could be sugar beet at the moment. Don't own a potato planter, don't own harvesters for each, so we'd have to save up for them. Got a bit of a loan to pay off first. Our expansion. Just chase up and down the field. This was the only narrow part swath on the field, apart from on the other side. Just wind away across here. Makes a change to use a Massey from the usual tractors we have on here. This looks like the best option tractor for the sort of horsepower we needed without going for another John Deere really, or another case. The 7310R looked the best option for something around the 300 horsepower mark. Slightly heavier frame tractor. It's between that and the Optum really, or New Holland. So you have a pair of John Deeres for that job. The 7310 also take on the drilling now. We have the horse drill. Whilst the 6250 in this Ferguson would cope, the 7310 has just got a little bit more horsepower to help with that. Another future plan, we may look at a slightly bigger tractor for doing the drilling, because I know that one is going to struggle on some of these slopes on here. We have to consider which way we drill the fields carefully. Because the other good thing with the horse drill is that's going to put fertiliser on at the same time and save us some work once it starts to grow. Gives us more time to get over the area we've got now. The area that all of us have got each on here now is why we need to look for extra help as well. Or extra reliable help. Struggling a bit up that slope. Thought it might do. So Milton over at Seaview Farm has been telling me for a little while we need to find some other help on here. So we're finally doing it. It's grown beyond what we both thought it would when we started with our small farms on here. Hopefully it'll make for some more entertaining videos if there's more of us on here at a time. So we've got a big harvest planned with the two combines running together. We also got the maize harvest to get out of the way as well, which is probably going to be quite a priority to get that one done, as I mentioned a few minutes ago. And we'll take ownership of that field, allowing Seaview to buy the other one they want, get the other couple of bits of machinery they need when we pay them for that field. Whether we decide to plough those four together in the middle there, I'm not sure yet. Certainly could do, that'd make one monster field through there. It's nice to have it as individual fields, but it'll be a bit of a pain at times as well. There's every chance we will plough those four into one. 11, 12, 13 and 14. May have another tree planting session as well. I may see if I can find some placeable trees this time to put around fields. Just change the look of the area that way. Don't particularly want to get the map into GE and do it that way if I can avoid it. Must be over halfway now. There's certainly a good quantity of bales on here. worth a good bit of money when we come to sell them, hopefully. Very much geared towards making money on here now to keep improving our kit. We've all run out of extra funding now. Maybe a couple of little exceptions. So it's now over to making as much money as we can to pay off any loans we've got. Because the Bank of Felsbrunn has closed the books on us for borrowing anymore. The government of Felsbrunn won't give us any more grants to expand. There's some nice grants available for going into the livestock side of things on here, which is how we got them so quickly. Everything now has got to be done through earning money. That's why we got to the size we have. The more land we've got each, the more, or the quicker we should be able to earn the money we need. That's the theory anyway. Whether it works is another story, but we can hope. Missed that one. Certainly getting over the ground quickly now. Too many more swaths left now. One more long one, then we're into the short work again. We do still have to get another cultivator. So we may have to look at something big, as we've got the 6 metre Kuhn Discoverer discs at the minute. We're absolutely worn out at the minute. Both them and the plough are down to 0% on the maintenance scale. We will keep hold of the Kuhn discs. They're very handy for drilling oilseed rape, grass or fodder radish if we want to use a green manure on here. So too handy to get rid of. It's a one-pass drill. There's always a scoop for Seaview to borrow them if they need to. Help them get the grass in a bit quicker. I think they've got a case puma that will pull them. They do take a little bit of pulling up and down these hills on here. Luckily we've now got 3 tractors on the farm what can handle them. 3 tractors what can do the ploughing and subsoiling, or 4 that can do the subsoiling. All of them can do the spraying, fertilising, drilling if they're required. Got 3 that can do trailer work, and maybe the little Maxim, if push came to shove, could go on one of the trailers there. Obviously that'd be a good load for it. The bigger ones obviously go keep to the straw work. Because whilst the Maxim's got enough horsepower for this baler, there's no way that's going to haul up and down the slopes on here. The same goes with the lime spreader. Be alright on little flat fields, but there aren't many of them about here. Don't know how we're getting on for the fields in need of liming. I think we've got round most of them now. Sure you want to get this field baled up as quickly as possible before the weeds start to grow back on here. Genetically modified mutant weeds. It's always good to leave a little clump of wheat like that for the pheasant street. It's bird food. It's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So one of the next jobs we'll have to do with this field to clear all these bales up. Could take a little while. Find out where the best price is for them to sell, unless Seaview need them. Might be a operate a straw for muck deal with Seaview on that, or something along those lines. They have our straw, we have some muck back in return if they don't need it. Certainly cleared this up at no speed. Lump line the corn there we'll just get as well. I'll swing it around sharp enough. Not miss anything. Quite sure how many bales we've got on here, but several I think would be the answer. Let's eject those 2 bales. There's only 1 extra in there, so that's alright. Fold that up and get this back to the yard. Let's just see if we can see how many bales we've got first. If I can remember which one it is. Not that one. Actually, we can't do that on here because that's an MP server. I'll find out how many we've got and probably put it in the video description. If I can. Just drive this into the barn over here for now. So I'll probably need this again fairly soon. But that's where we're going to leave it for this video. So, thank you for watching. If you like what you're seeing, please remember to like and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Goodbye for now.